Hello, everybody. Hi. Hello, hello. Welcome to the New Moon in Aries live stream. I'm going to let people kind of arrive here as I sort of chit chat with you guys. How are we feeling today? How's everyone feeling? Is everybody kind of raw? I feel like it's a raw time. It's a really raw new moon. We'll get into it, but it's pretty raw. It's pretty. Hi, Troy. Hi, everybody. Yeah, it's a pretty raw one. So I just wanted to kind of check in with you guys emotionally to see how everyone's doing with this. Yeah, we had the conjunction that Mars, Jupiter, Pluto, and Capricorn. It's just that visceral inflammation. So if you guys are feeling raw, if you're feeling inflamed, if you're feeling very angry, that's all par for the course. Everyone's sort of feeling like that right now. Yeah. Hi, Jeff. Hi, Bob Marley. Stagnant, irritated. Hi, all vibrations. Yeah. Whew. Yeah, and especially everyone around us who's really losing their marbles about everything. It's just exacerbating everything. Everything's kind of coming up to the surface. So ooh, little sunshine, Mars, Mercury, and Venus all in Aquarius. This is a very exciting time for you. Congratulations. That's going to be good. Oh, thanks, Raymond. I'm doing okay. I actually had a lot of psychic downloads today about my life. Weird. A lot of enemies were revealed to me, and I was tasked with the big job of controlling the vibration, because what we're all needing to be are examples. We're all needing to be examples of how we want the world to be, because we're in a moment where the world is changing and shifting. And it's that opportunistic moment for anyone who has an idea to create that reality. So we are all the ones who are supposed to be doing that and to be creating our own reality via how we're responding to life. So that was interesting. I also learned the year that I'm going to die, when my body's going to expire. That was interesting. And a couple other details. I'm not going to tell you. It's not like it's but I just got a lot. My psychic activity is like, but it's really, like emotionally connecting with everyone else in the collective, and the earth shifting right now. It's just crazy. It's like things are fitting. When everything else is falling apart for everybody, my life is falling together. Like it's just fitting. Like those years of nightmares and I don't want to scare people. So the downloads have been really interesting, and I'm not the only one that's going to get downloads about. You guys are going to get downloads about your life, and I'm going to help guide you through those too, because your psychic abilities, your intuitions, it's all going to be activating, coming up to the surface more. Okay. Oh, Eva Marie, hi. Alfred. Aw, thanks, guys. I'm not telling you all vibrations when I'm gonna die. And I feel like they told me when I'm gonna die because they knew it wasn't going to affect me. That's the thing. Like there were also other things, because they told me relief will come in April, like for COVID-19. And now, getting the next little part of the story, now I'm realizing why they told me that. So they're like giving me more pieces as this all unfolds. So Jeff, that's funny. Yes. Okay, little sunshine says, how can I gain more psychic abilities? I'm currently learning tarot cards and feel a block sometimes. Well, tarot's a great way to unblock. And actually, what's going to be happening in the new moon energy is the perfect opportunity to blast through all of the blocks, big blocks. Yes, Myra Allen, things are absolutely fitting. Okay. Oh, okay. So we're at 4.5 minutes. I just flew like right by. Okay, so we're officially getting started. I'm calling this meeting to order. Gavel, gavel, gavel. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Okay, so jumping right in. The biggest, you guys see my little notes? I love my little notes. Okay, so the titles that I have for this that I kind of wrote at the top: expose your wounds, be brave healing. Okay. The new moon is conjunct Chiron, the wounded healer, the wounded warrior. Everyone has a Chiron in their chart, and it represents that part of your psyche, your life, yourself, your incarnation here, that pain that doesn't get healed. It's not supposed to. It's supposed to always hurt, always be raw, always be sensitive, always be, raw, in order to keep you vibrationally tuned and with your attention in helping others. You have to pain is the greatest teacher. Okay, I know, but it is. And so to continue the learning, I feel like that's why Chiron always has to have that rawness, that little raw aspect of ourselves, that little oof, to give us that injection of awareness of that pain. Because once we forget about the pain and it heals and a lot of time passes, we forget the lesson sometimes. So Chiron, the wounded healer, for me is that part of ourselves where we're not meant to completely perfectly heal it. We're supposed to heal ourselves as much as we possibly can moving forward, in the way of helping others with that issue, with that wound that we can't heal in ourselves. So you can see how a lot of people can't be generous because they can't be generous with themselves, because they feel sorry for themselves, that their own wounds are not being healed, and that no one cares to heal their wounds, that they cannot heal their own wounds. And they get into this whole thing about it where they're left as like a humanoid, where they're not really connecting with other people because they can't really be happy for them. They can't really celebrate others. They can't really feel a good feeling for another person, because their block is that they can't feel good about themselves because they haven't mothered or fathered or nurtured themselves, healing their own Chiron wounded issues. I didn't mean to get off on like a whole tangent. Okay, but the new moon is conjunct Chiron. It's an incredible initiative fueled by pain. It's very direct and very uncomplicated energy looking at the new moon. And I don't think this live is going to be very long because of that. I created a Patreon. So if you guys want to check that out, it's super cool. I set up all the little tiers and everything's getting super organized with the Artegan. So feel free to check that out. Patreon.com/the Artegan. But yeah, this is going to be really straightforward, and I want to keep the message simple. I could go on and ramble on and on. I could talk to you guys forever, okay? Oh, I forgot my cup of coffee. It's right over there. Okay, well, we have coffee together, you and I. Anyway, so the way to make the most of this new moon energy is through an honest self-awareness and looking at your wound, looking at your own pain. It demands it, actually. It kind of demands this Aries, and it demands conscious effort to move beyond the wounding. So everybody, all of us, okay? So, hold on. Ooh, okay, cool. Oh, thanks, Troy. I would love to. I hope that's what you meant when you said you could pull off platinum, because I would totally love to be platinum someday. Hey, Chris. Hey, Erica. Ooh, thank you. Thank you. All vibrations. I know for me, my Chiron is in Gemini in the 12th house, meaning I have had issues speaking up for myself, but will always do so for others. Absolutely. Oh, Chiron in the 12th house. I feel you. I remember that. Okay, guys. So, and you guys, this is a new format. I'm going globally, the US, America, because I'm American, and then individually for you guys personally. So globally, this conjunction, I'm starting to see the virus astrologically. I'm starting to see it, and it's starting to like come out at me. So more people will die. They will be the elderly specifically, because Capricorn rules old people, among other things. This conjunction happening in Capricorn it's pretty gnarly. So Mars moving through all of this energy, it's agitating it. It's setting off a lot of other things in motion, but this new moon will be new moons and full moons kick off energies that are happening in the background, and it brings it right up to the surface. So that planetary backdrop is being super duper activated right now with this virus and everything. And like I said, it will affect the elderly specifically. And in the American chart, moving into the US position on this, it's actually affecting our identity as a nation, our self-identity. It's directly opposing our natal Mercury retrograde in Cancer. This is the chart of the US. So this is where it's hitting our Pluto, our transformation planet in the US. So this is where that conjunction is happening. And then it's opposing our Cancerian identity with that 13-degree Cancer sun. So all of these problems, all these issues, all this pain, and how we are responding to pain as a collective, and how we're mobilizing, and all of that is shaping our identity. And we're realizing that, and we're self-reflecting. Whew. I know it's rough. So, but how is it for you guys? Okay, this is the more important part, to be honest. Like, yes, globally, yes, the US. But what I'm really here to do is to help you guys as individuals become more psychic and be getting your own downloads and have your own intuitive insights into the world around you. So for you, what this means is that hidden, repressed anger coming right to the surface. Okay. Yes, to be healed, to be worked through if it can, or to be made worse. Yeah, it'll get a lot worse. I'm getting a lot of abuse vibes, a lot of abusive vibes here, a lot of anger all over the place, all over the place. Okay. So look for outrage, look for infantile outrage, look for uncontrollable outrage stemming from childhood wounding at the lightest and going all the way down to ancient wounding at like the most severe. Okay. Yeah. Now, the moon is softening in its sextile to Saturn. So there was like a heavy energy that we can expect over the next couple of weeks to sort of start to soften. But like I said, it's going to have to be after the big bang. It's going to have to be after, death and disorganization and failures and incompetencies and arguing and debate, all of that stuff. After the actions get taken, after we see things physically getting better and, moving forward for solutions and problem solving, it softens that seriousness. Okay. And it's because steps towards progress are going to be taken. But why does it have to be like that? Okay. Also, I know it's really subtle talking about a sextile, but this is actually, I feel like a foreshadowing to a December 21st event. The world will never be the same. And I know while that is incredibly exciting to me, it's absolutely terrifying for the rest of the globe. So just bear with me, hang with me, stick with me, you'll be okay. Okay. So going back to the moon with conjuncting Chiron, and this is pretty convenient because this is also really quick, fast, expedited healing. Like Aries can't wait. Aries cannot wait. So we will see that acceleration in not only like healing generally, but I'm talking about actual healing, like therapeutic processes, and any healing, any kind of healing related therapies. We will see rapid advancement and acceleration. And for you guys to know personally, although I feel like you already know this, I mean, it's a kind of a immediately, or walk away from a matter that will worsen quickly. This is really working in tandem with that triple conjunction. That's pain. The new moon is pain. They're in different parts of your life. So take out your natal charts and take a look to see where those later degrees of Capricorn fall in your chart and the early degrees of Aries fall in your chart. Hey, Fraz. Hey, Mondo. Aw, hey, John. who would probably want me to be with her if the world was ending. I really thought about that too, of all of the movies, all of those scenarios where it's like at the end of the world, people realize who they really love and people's true colors come out and everyone makes decisions. I'm thinking of all of those movies, those end of the world movies, and then looking around at how everyone's treating each other. And especially with the downloads I got today about like my personal life, I was like, oh, interesting. Okay. Moving on, So it's really funny. I mean, it's not funny, but it's kind of ironic that it all happened, that the entire globe is, every person is going to have like a moment where they just put themselves in the position, like, if this is the end of the world, how do I feel? Where would I want to be? Who would I want to be with? What's really important to me? And this is the point, to wake everybody up. It's like everyone's going through a Meisner acting class exercise, except it's not an exercise. Okay, so moving forward. This is the second. Okay, this isn't the second, this is a new moon. But the full moon that this is correlating with will be the second of the 3 supermoons. March, April, May. Boom, boom, boom. Supermoons, super full moons closer to the earth than they usually are. Everything's going to be felt so much more deeply. There is more pain ahead, but it's like pain for healing. It's purging it out, bringing it to the surface, like the infection, the toxin, the poison, to clean it out, to get it out. So that's what we can kind of expect. The best you can get out of this is to be the initiator, like this new moon in Aries energy, to be the initiator, to let go or sever yourself from what no longer serves you, or what never served you in some cases, what never served your highest good. This includes toxic patterns, toxic situations, toxic people. Let it go. And I feel like you already know what that is. I feel like if there was anything that you've been putting off, it's flaring up. It's flaring up. You're going to feel it come the, where is it? Hold on. I'm sorry. Hold on. I think this is it. Yep. Nope. March, April. I'm trying to grab it from behind me. No, that's not it too. Hold on. I'll get the date. Here we go. April 7th. April 7th. So from now till April 7th, you have some time to work through this and to get the best out of that super full moon as you can. Yeah, okay. So take the initiative now on this new moon energy. Look at 4 degrees Aries in your chart. That's where the wounding is. That's where the healing needs to come in. You have to expose that wound, expose that 4-degree Aries wound for you in your chart, and let it air it out, expose it, let it heal, be brave in healing it, okay? Wherever that 4 degrees Aries is in your chart. Take a look at where those late degrees Capricorn lands in your chart. Now, okay, that's like the part. Let's go to the part. The part is what you can get out of this and what you can use moving forward, which is Mercury sextile Uranus. The vision I got for this was actually wisps. Almost like Catch Me If You Can, the promo. It's like a Tom Hanks, or kind of like in a little blur, but like little wisps. What I'm getting here is that there's an opportunity that if you're acting fast enough, that you can just go and you can go grab it and catch it before it's gone, before it's like, I'm getting really fleeting with this. Like there's going to be this window of opportunity, or maybe just like a moment. I don't know. But with Mercury, with Uranus, I feel like it's fast. I feel like it's really fast. Really, 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 like, or it could just surprise you, really shock you. But it's only a sextile. You have to jump on it. You have to capitalize on it to get it, to unlock that little, like a video game, like a Mario Kart or something. Okay. So that's good. And Mercury is still in 6 degrees Pisces. And that's another thing, is that we've been dominated by Mercury retrograde all of February, all of March. And so here we are. It's like, my God, get us out of this. Get us out of the confusion. We've been so confused. And you know, America is born with Mercury retrograde. So America's used to being confused, or media communications jarbled. America's pretty dramatic. I don't mean to be bashing on my Cancerians. I mean, I'm a Cancer rising, so I know, but yeah, America's a little dramatic, but it's just because it's because America has to evolve and work through how to communicate better with our allies and with other countries, because that Mercury retrogrades in our 8th house. So in sharing resources with other countries, in communicating effectively with other countries, America has a block. America has a block. And the North Node of America's birth chart is in the 8th house in Leo. So it's part of our destiny to share with others and work well with other countries. Didn't mean to get off on that tangent, sorry. Okay, moving forward. That's so sweet. You guys are sweet. Okay, so Venus trining. So here's a beautiful little thing here. Well, you'll see what I mean. Venus will trine that stellium, not stellium, sorry, that conjunction. Venus will trine Mars, will trine Jupiter, will trine Saturn, will sextile Neptune, and trine Pluto. So trines, it's like you don't try. You don't have to try the trine. It just happens. It just falls in your lap. Now, on the global level, this is not that great this isn't a good thing. On the global level, this is not good for Venus to be just putting all that energy into the virus. So what that means globally is that people are still going to socialize. People want the Venus. People are still wanting to do what they want and spread the virus. For the US, I'm not good at communicating difficult news, am I? I'm so sorry. In the US, what this means is that the spread of the virus will be coming through young people. 5th house. Okay, let's break it down. So this is where the virus is happening, let's say, all that Mars, Capricorn, transformative energy, and trining Venus. I should get a pointer, and I have something else. Anyway, sorry. All right, here we go. Over here, and that is America's house, which rules children, hobbies, what you love, your pets, what you're taking care of, what feels good, sex, gambling, rock and roll, okay? And Venus is the ruler of America's 5th house. So it's like this is where the energy is flowing. All of this flowing in all of here. So I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. My way of life is quarantine, so I'm not going out there but just to know. Now, how does this affect you on a personal level? Look where 20 degrees Taurus is in your chart, because that is where Venus is when she's making this aspect, which will last over the next 2 weeks. It's part of the new moon configuration. But that's where you personally can find respite, where you can find love, where you can find healing for all that is being exacerbated by the Capricorn conjunction. So all of that, like inflammation and anger. Remember what we talk about on Watch Natalie about anger, is that anger is to alert us when our boundaries are being encroached on, when our boundaries are being, pushed on. And anger is there to tell us, like, we have to protect ourselves. We have to put up the boundary. We have to enforce the boundary and push back. So it's like, oh, okay. That's what I gotta do. That's what I gotta do. But anger is a secondary emotion. Anger is after the pain, after you're hurt. So use Venus. Look where Taurus is in your chart, the 20 degrees Taurus. If you guys want to type anything out, I can tell you exactly how you might want to expect to find that, or where to find that in your life. But if that doesn't happen, I have another thing to tell you guys. So energy will lift. As far as this week is concerned, after the 26th, there's still going to be this like crunchy, teeth grinding energy until about the 26th, when we're going to feel like a lift. Okay, so if this new moon in Aries is happening in your first house, this is you needing to put yourself first. You've got to take the lead. Take the lead in your life, the initiative. If this new moon is happening in your second house. Now remember, you have two charts. You have your natal chart, which is right when you were born, and then you have your solar chart, which is where you just take your sun sign and you start the wheel there. So if this is America's natal chart, this is her being born. She's a Sagittarius rising based on eyewitness accounts in 17 something or whatever. And she's a Gemini rising. Okay. And she's a Cancerian sun. So if we were going to make America's solar chart, we would just go like this. It's that simple. And then we just start the wheel over at Cancer and say, okay, well, natally, she has her sun in the 8th house. Sorry, the 7th house. That is so funny. She has her sun in the 7th house. But solarly, she has her sun in the 1st house. So it's really funny. That's another emphasis on America's relationship to other countries and how that shapes her identity. It's almost like she only feels secure. Ooh, you know what? I have to add that to my America's True Destiny video. Okay, so if this is happening, so you will have, so this Aries new moon will be taking place in 2 houses, in your natal chart and in your solar chart. So when you pull up your chart, keep that in mind. You just got to turn the wheel, okay? So if this new moon in Aries is happening in your 3rd house, you got to be the neighborhood hero. There's been some wounding. There's been some, maybe you've had problems with your neighbors or something. And this is like the time to say, you know what? I'm taking a stand for myself. I'm going to heal this issue. Okay. 4th house. If this new moon is happening in your 4th house, you've got to be the leader of your family. You've got to take charge. You have to confront the wounding and the pain that has been happening in your family. And you have to say, okay, we're going to get through this. And you lead the way forward. 5th house. This is your creativity. Some of you, it could be pregnancy, difficulty trying to get pregnant in the past. So it's like, why try again, especially with the world going to pieces? But it looks like you're going to do it. Okay. But also other creativity. So a beautiful boost for anyone out there launching creative passion projects. It could be a beautiful healing thing for you to do. Because I feel like that specific thing is already a trigger for a lot of people because of the way the world was, that patriarchal. I don't, is that scary if I talk about the way the world was and the way the world's going to be and all that jazz? I feel like I'm like, anyway, so 6th house, this is health regimen. So if you want to launch any sort of health routine, this is a beautifully powerful time to do that. This would be great. Great time to start therapy. Great time. 7th house, your house of relationships. This is you confronting open enemies for the purpose of healing, for the purpose of enforcing your boundaries, for the purpose of separating you from those who do not have your best interests at heart. If this is happening in your 8th house, this will give you the courage to face your inner demons. Also, you could even be put in a position to help someone else, and that could heal your Chiron. Not forever, but it would feel so good for you to be able to heal someone else in a way that you know what I'm saying. If this is happening in your 9th house, the new moon in Aries happening in your 9th house, you are meant to push the limits of your perspective. You can broaden your mind, broaden your horizons, learn a new language, deepen your spirituality, deepen your meditative practices, psychic practices, anything like that. This is happening in your 10th house. This is interesting if it's happening in your 10th house. If you're having this new moon in your 10th house, this is a major initiative, huge, but it's built on like an insecurity or a pain, right? So it's like a pain of like not being who you really are in the world, a pain of not really having your identity out in the world that's really you, that's really accurate. So it's like you're pushing to go make it right, to go make it correct, saying, you know what, I'm not really like this, I'm really this. And so it could just launch you, it should just push you super forward to go and make huge, big changes in your career, which would be really, really good because it's healing. Okay. 11th house, groups, associations, clubs, the internet. It's all of that. So this would be a great time to join online communities, to find camaraderie online because everyone's online right now. But it's a great time for that. And it could even serve to heal previous issues you had with maybe being confident online. I don't know, but you'll know it if it really resonates with you and applies to you that way. Also, depending on whatever planets you natally have and how your own astrology works in your natal chart. 12th house. Okay, I had to 12th house. If this is happening in your 12th house, oh my God. Sorry, I didn't mean to have that reaction. If this is happening in your 12th house, then this is you confronting wounding and pain that is really long buried. Okay. This is something that needs to happen to actually improve your daily life. But you've got to purge this out. It's coming up to the surface over the next couple of weeks for you to deal with it. You could also be experiencing some breakdowns. 8th house, 12th house. Did I spit? I'm sorry if I did. Okay. Ooh, I should have started at the 12th house and then went backwards to the 1st house. Then we could end on the happy note. Sorry, guys. Are there any last questions for me? I told you this was going to be a quick one. I want to keep the message. Let me just wrap this up. So the moral of the story is to expose your wounds and be brave healing over the next couple of weeks, okay? Over the next 2 weeks, wherever this is landing in your chart, those early degrees of Aries, expose it, heal it, use that as an initiative to move your life forward in a really big, important way. Look for Venus, 20 degrees Taurus, for relief. Be wary of the triple conjunction, the late degrees of Capricorn. With all of this happening, make sure you don't miss a potential breakthrough opportunity with Mercury sextiling Uranus. That's enough, right? Just that little piece over the next 2 weeks, okay, guys? Okay. I think that's where I'm going to leave you guys. Hold on. Meditation music and a Capricorn psychic advisor. I like that a lot. I like that very, very much. Taurus is in the 11th house. What does that mean? Okay, so my dear, if you have Taurus, hold on. Let me turn the wheel here. Interesting. So if you have Taurus in the 11th house, ruling your 11th house, this new moon's happening in your 10th house, which means you could receive support online so whatever new business you're launching or whatever new identity you're launching, and it is all about the self, putting yourself first, no matter what, no matter where this is happening in your chart, it totally is unequivocally all about you. It's some part of your life, it's some part of yourself that's just getting this huge focus. But in no way, shape, or form is this truly about, you know what I'm saying? It's just really even if it's the 7th house, your house of relationships, it's how you do relationships. It's how your relationships are treating you. Okay. So if this is happening if this new moon's taking place in your 10th house, then you can benefit 10, 9, 8, 7. Ooh, you can benefit from other people online. But this is close people with this one-to-one. There's a lot of power in these one-to-one relationships online with Venus here, making this beautiful, beautiful trine to all those powerful planets. You're very welcome, guys. You're very, very welcome. Okay, my loves. It is. Yes, it is in your 10th house. Oh my gosh. Well, good luck, all vibrations. Okay, guys, I am just going to send you all of the very best photons. Are there any other questions? Okay, thank you. Taurus in the 5th house. Let me see. For our dear Fraz, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5. Taurus in the 5th house. Interesting. So, Fraz, if that means this new moon is happening in your 4th house. 4, 3, 2, 1. So if you do not have an interception, wow. You, Fraz, are a force to be reckoned with right now. I would not want to mess with you, my dear, because you can take a major step forward in your not only in your family life, but your foundation, like your own inner security, Fraz, and you can find a lot of support through either your children, through your creativity, your creative outlet, through creating something, creating art, music, culture, entertainment, even a little bit of gambling, like just games. Just that's what I'm trying to say, like the game part of gambling, just like something fun, you know, sort of to relieve you. So I can see you using that in some way, shape, or form as part of a new foundation, either for yourself personally or for your family or for your home. So you could even be either moving, not moving, changing things around, but changing your environment. There's going to be some sort of overhaul or some new initiative about changing your base of operations, your inner security, your home where you live, your bed, your grounds, you know, your little tribal little place. Self-expression is your way out with that Venus in Taurus. Self-expression is going to be so healing for any residual family wounds for you, Fraz. Definitely. Okay. And 11th. Okay. Okay, Chris. Capricorn's my 10th. Where's my 10th? And 11th. So, Chris, you must have an interception somewhere. Oh, you're welcome, Fraz. Okay, Capricorn, my 5th house. Let's see for our Capricorn Emperor. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, Cap Emperor. Oh no. I don't mean to say oh no, but this new moon in Aries is happening in your 8th house. Yeah, you can't run from it, Cap Emperor. You got to purge out all of that wounding and all of those feelings for healing. The relief will come. Interesting. The relief and the healing will come through higher spirituality, letting go. If you let it go, if you it's really it's working on you. I can see it. 8, 7, 6, 5. Interesting. What's happening for you, Capricorn Emperor, is that this is really trying to blast away things that have been like rigid for a very long time. Yeah, meditate. Meditate, my friend. Meditate. Yes, Capricorn Emperor, a lot of pain and suffering, you poor thing. And this is the time. It's like all the pain when you're going through it, it's like one thing. Most of the time cannot possibly process all of that in the moment. You know, that's why people go to therapy years later. It's kind of like that. So over these next 2 weeks, Cap Emperor is going to be a good time for you to like process. Like it's going to come up to your attention, but to process it. I'm not saying there's going to be new trauma incurred, but this is like processing all this. The wounds that are already made is what this cycle's about. Okay, guys? Okay. Well, we know that we can do it though. Like there's so much here that we can use to help us in exposing these wounds. So just remember to be brave in your healing over the next couple of weeks, okay? And I'll be putting up stuff. You guys know we do the Artigan Daily Bread every day, so we're still going to be doing that. I will be here in more ways to help you guys through all of this. So take care, my loves. Be well, okay? Hold on, Gabby. Taurus in the first house. I can't leave anybody hanging. I feel like I said bye like 80 times. I'm sorry. Okay, Taurus in the first house. So this, 1, 12. Oh. That's so interesting. Gabby, this is like, so you're funny. That's funny. Taurus the first. So this new moon is happening in your 12th house, Gabby. So that means 12, 11, 10, 9. Wow. Wow, Gabby, your perspective, you're like pushing the limits on what you think is possible right now in life. Like in your life and like everything is just getting totally, you're like opening up to like, oh my God, that's cool. But there was some wounding about that. Like maybe you were really taught to follow the status quo or to like work hard for tangible benefits where it was very material or solid or something. But there's going to be things brought to the surface of your attention that you might not have even known about, or things that came up like memories. What's that called? Memories that you don't remember until later. There could be like recovered traumatic memories for you, Gabby. And if that comes up, you have immense resources spiritually available to you now. You can call on like angels. You can even have psychic spiritual experiences. You could experience a lot of heightened psychic activity, Gabby. Okay. So keep that in mind. You look great. Venus is transiting your first house. So you're looking like, you're looking great. That's funny. When Venus transits your first house, you people, to everybody, you look really nice. Okay. I believe I don't have any Taurus in my chart. What happens there? That means you have an interception, so all houses are supposed to be ruled by a sign. 12 houses, 12 signs. But sometimes that doesn't happen. So that creates an interception. And those areas, so Taurus needs to be expressed for you. So you're getting a big boost in some area of your life that normally never really got its due, that normally never really got its expression. All right, guys. This is fun. All right, guys, I love you immensely. Please take really good care of yourselves. I'm sending you all of the very best photons, and make sure to check out Patreon. Let me know what you guys think about that. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the energies for tomorrow. So remember, be very gentle with yourselves as you expose these wounds. And I feel like these are just going to be coming up to the surface. So just be prepared for that. Be prepared to confront over the next. Just be prepared to confront, not even confront, just give yourself like a little hug, kind of like that. It's kind of a harsh word, confront. Okay? Long story short, be brave, healing, and all will be well. So take care, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys. I love you.